Let's have a conversation.
What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Friday, we made it to the end of the week. Whether your week was good or whether your week was bad, you are still here. And that is a good thing. Happy that you're still here. Happy that I'm still here. No time is guaranteed and no day is guaranteed. And that's something that I think about often nowadays. I hope everyone's doing well. Please make sure to drop a like, give me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Help boost your boy in the algorithms. I have something cool to talk about today. As you can see, those of you who are on my member chat, those who have subscribed to my channel as a member, already know that I had this workout planned with Kenny today. It was recorded. It's going to be dropping soon, not today, but sometime soon. But I am just going to give you guys a little bit of a recap of this workout that I had with Kenny. I'm going to start by playing this little video that I have here. What's up, everybody? I'm here with Kenny over here. I asked Kenny to give me a workout. I'm not your average podcaster because, as you see, I'm sweating. I thought it would be a cooler idea.
Yeah, I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah.
We put him through a quick little workout. I mean, he's getting pretty fit. So the last time I saw this guy, he was a little bit heavier. So now he's slimming down and getting in shape and taking on some challenges himself. So,
speaking of challenges, do you think that I would be fit to do a challenge after giving me this workout and seeing me go through your test?
I mean, listen, like I told you before, anybody can win. You've seen the people who won before. It's more of a game of how good your politics are. I don't know about your heart rate, but your politics game has to be a lot better.
I'm not the best with politics, but at least I got the workout part on. I feel like maybe if I had to run up a mountain, I could possibly try that, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're halfway there right now.
Halfway there. So I want to thank you again for taking this time. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, so it was a pretty cool situation. It's not the first time I met Kenny, it's the second. I met Kenny for the first time earlier this year. I want to say sometime around February or so, January or February. I didn't even know that he was located in New York, honestly. I didn't know that. So I saw something of him on Instagram and I was like, oh, that's Kenny from the challenge. So I found out that he has a gym. And at that time, I signed up for one of his semi-private training sessions, which was really hard. It was a small group training. All the other group members knew each other. They had been there before. It was my first time there, and we did a whole bunch of stuff at that point in time. So I've been following his page since. I reach out once in a while. I thought about asking him for an interview, but then I said to myself, for me personally, something even cooler than an interview would be to get a private workout. And specifically, I had seen that he completed the New York City Marathon recently. I guess that was a couple of weeks ago. And a lot of you guys know, or I guess you wouldn't know as much, but I do post up that I do runs. I've never done a marathon, and I think the most that I have ever ran at one time is 10 miles, but I'm always looking for ways to sharpen my skills. I would consider a marathon one day. My sister actually just completed a half marathon. I might try a half marathon first just to see how that goes. And then I would consider a marathon. But I saw a video that he had put up early November where he showed some of the training that he did for this marathon that he just did recently. And I was like, okay, this looks pretty cool. And I've never done run specific training. So I reached out to him. I told him that, I have a YouTube page. I would like to come into his studio and bring my videographer in there and record a run specific training workout as content for my page. So he took me through the workout. It was difficult, man. I have done workouts with different people, with a lot of different people, and it's up there. I don't know if it's the number one most challenging, but it's definitely top three without even thinking of every single different type of workout I've done. It's definitely got to be one of the top three most challenging. I don't know how he fits so many things in an hour. But what happened with him is he's a real trainer, y'all. I got to say that. He's a real trainer. Like, he's not somebody who's just like, I'm using my name in order to get people into my studio. Like, you go in there, he knows his stuff. He's very knowledgeable. He started off by asking me about my goals. He asked me about if I have any injuries. I told him about my nagging shoulder injury. I told him about my kneecap that popped out last year. He had me do different warm up stuff and stretches for that. And then we got right into the work. He asked me the type of goals that I have and the type of things that I'm trying to do. And I don't know if he plans them out, but he made a workout that was so specific towards my specific goals. And I think he kind of did it on the spot, which I thought was pretty impressive. So he had me doing some shoulder work. He had me doing some stuff for back, um, lat pull down, and then he had me doing a lot of. I heard your voice in my living room. So your daughter and your son check out my page. That's so cool, Lisa. But yeah, we started doing shoulder work. We did back work. And then he got into a lot of drills with the running. He had me pushing the sled. He had me pulling the sled. Um, he had me doing some running with the resistance bands. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the fitness videos where they hold you with the bands and you have to power through with the bands. He had me doing the ski machine, and then he finished off with a chest workout where I had to do the chest flies, and then I had to do some push-ups back to back. Let's just say my legs were spent, my arms were spent. Like, it was a total body workout. It was a tough one, and I was so tired at the end. Now here's the tea, I guess you could call it tea. It's not really tea, but when the cameras were off, we were just chopping it up for like the next 15 to 20 minutes after we finished wrapping up with the recording and all that. And I was just telling him about my transformation during the last year. I was telling him about how I lost all this weight since the last time he saw me. When he saw me, I was approximately probably between 210 to 215 pounds. Currently, I am 180 pounds. So that's what he was talking about when he said he was a little heavier and he was a lot leaner, because that's the first thing he said when he saw me. He was like, "Yeah, man, you definitely have been putting in work. How did you do that?" And I was just telling him about my nutrition that I have changed, and I was telling him about the cardio elements that I have added into my schedule. So he was complimenting me for that. And he was talking to me about, this was the part that I wanted to mention. Two things, actually. The first was that he was talking to me about the reality TV lifestyle. And he was telling me that he likes his life much better now than he did at that time when he was doing the challenge. He said that the reality TV slash Hollywood lifestyle is very unhealthy. It's conducive to a lot of drugs and alcohol. And it's just like a life of always having cameras in your face, a life of production, telling you the types of things you should do, telling you the types of things you should say, the types of things that will be more entertaining. He was just like, that lifestyle is just one that was cool for a little bit in my 20s and I would not want to go back to. And he was like, when you leave, I'm getting this teenage kid who's trying to get better for his soccer team or something like that. And he was like, I love connecting with people and I love helping them achieve their visions and their purpose and their goals. And he was like, that means so much more to me than being famous. And he was like, there's a time when I used to go to any restaurant and get the red carpet treatment. Oh my God, it's Kenny. Can I get a picture, this and that? And he was kind of like, I'm still known somewhat, but I can also be under the radar or be more low key than how it was back in the day. The other thing is, I was talking to him about my business, and I was telling him because he was asking me. This was the coolest part for me is that he didn't just do the workout and he was just like, get out. He was asking me about my business and about my goals. And I told him, I have a page. I said, my page is called Music and Mental Health. I had this shirt on. I don't have it on now, but I had my Music and Mental Health shirt on. Some of you have seen it. And he was like, what does that focus on? I was telling him, well, it was supposed to have a music focus, but I can't do music because YouTube bans everything. So I have to become a composer myself if I want to be putting music up here. But it has a big mental health focus. And he was like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. And I was like, but the thing is about my profession as a mental health counselor, it doesn't pay well enough. There's too many parameters and rules, and it's somewhat of things that I like, but not enough of what I really want to do. So I said, I'm trying to use my YouTube platform to springboard me into doing things that I love and being able to get paid while adding value to people's lives. Like you guys, I want you guys to be able to look at what I'm doing. Maybe it provides you some entertainment. Maybe it provides you information. Maybe it provides you positivity that you're looking for. Maybe it provides you solutions to certain problems. So I said, I've been trying to craft my life around this page in a sense of not that I'm going to go all over the world doing extra stuff that I don't normally do, but doing more of what I like to do and sharing it with you guys. So something that he said to me, he was like, I totally get that, Mark, and I totally relate to that. And he said at a certain point, he said to himself, if I was going to fail at anything, it was going to be at what I'm doing right now. Because he said, I love personal training. I love helping people reach their fitness goals. I love transforming lives in that kind of a way. So he was like, even if I failed, I would be failing doing something I loved. And that stuck with me so much because I was when I was going back to the train, I was asking myself, what would failing mean in terms of me doing this, what I'm doing right now? Failing would probably just mean I haven't figured out a way to get enough money doing this to leave my 9 to 5 work. However, I've done so many things in the month of November that would not have even been on my schedule if it wasn't for me doing this page. I drove over to Philly to go to that event, Big D's birthday. I drove over to Philly because I had this page in mind. Philly is not a stone throw away. I drove like 2 to 2.5 hours to get to Philly. I interacted with those people intentionally so that I would have the footage and coverage to put on this page. I did this workout with Kenny to put that on this page. I went to Rachel Ray. I went to Tamron Hall. Like these are things that I kind of might have gotten around to doing before, but I'm doing them because of this page, this community. So there's not really a fail or lose here. So that's why I really felt that particular statement that he made. I'm going to get to your comments. I just didn't want to lose my thought. Hi, Vicky. How are you doing? Yeah. So that's why that's the part that resonated with me the most. I've been taking things from these celebrities, I guess. They're celebrities. We know them from TV. So I've been taking things from these meetings that I've had with these people. Back in the day, when I saw somebody from TV, I was just like, "Oh my God, that's Kenny from the challenge." You know, that's what I would be like. Now, I throw things at them that are thought provoking, and I really listen keenly to their answers. And it usually sparks great dialogues and great conversations. And he said the right thing at the right time. Just like Sherry Shepard a couple of weeks ago was talking about people telling her that she was not going to be able to succeed doing her channel. I mean, doing her own show when she was trying to get the show and she was pitching the idea of the show to different networks and somebody turned her down in a nasty way. Just in that same kind of a way, right? Kenny telling me I would rather fail at doing what I love than spend time doing what I don't. So think about that. To succeed in a certain field, and I'm trying not to say too much because I do believe that public information can be used for anything. So I'm trying to say this in a low key way. You could spend all your time doing something that you don't love to try to succeed at it and then fail at it. And what you lost when you didn't succeed is time. And the reason I say you lose the time is because you didn't love what you were doing. So you didn't love it. So that means your sole focus was probably to be financially successful out of whatever it was that you were doing. And so if you are not financially successful, you wasted your time because you did not enjoy that time. Whereas if you are pursuing a passion and something that you love, the worst thing that could happen is that you didn't figure out how to translate that into financial success, but you don't lose when you're doing things that you love. I'm really glad you connected with him. That's great advice. You needed to hear it. You know what? It's great advice, and I needed to hear it. But I'm also starting to realize that these people get something from talking to me as well. Um, they enjoy these conversations that they have with me because I think I provide them something different from the average fan that they meet. Because I think a lot of fans that meet someone, their favorite TV star, whatever, reality TV star, whatever it is just like I said, they're like, oh my God, you're so and so. Whereas if I get a chance to, I try to ask them thought provoking questions or I try to throw things at them that they might not have heard before. And recently, I try to pitch myself. This is who I am and this is what I do. And a lot of times they are either impressed by that or they're interested, they're intrigued. They're intrigued at hearing the things that I'm doing. Like I said, I told Kenny about y'all. I told Kenny that I started a page and it's building up slowly. It has about 1,835 subscribers the last time I checked. But it's a really dope small community at this time. I mean, 1,830 whatever is not that small. It's growing, you know. But yeah, I told him about that, and he was like, "Keep going with it, you know, keep going with it." And if you go on his Instagram right now, he even shared my picture with him that I have that I put up. So it's on his page. I still have the videos that are going to drop, but I really wanted to mention that part. And I wanted to put it on video because I know there might be somebody out there who's watching me right now and feeling like I'm just stuck. And it's because they give us the formula. There's exceptions to this because I have talked to people who are like, I've wanted to do this specific thing my whole life. I'm going to school and then I'm going to get this master's, get this doctorate, and then I'm going to be doing this thing. And I know people who have gone that route and love what they're doing and love their life right now. So it's not one thing for everyone. But I have gotten to the point where I realized I haven't been wrong all these years for feeling like that doesn't have to be for me. That path doesn't have to be for me. I took the choices that I made all the way up until maybe a couple years ago, because it's what everybody told me was the only way for me to succeed. I never thought that I would be able to just jump on YouTube and throw on a camera and talk to people I've never met and they would be interested in what I had to say. That's why I never did it before. Because I said, what am I going to say that's of interest to anyone? And the first time I jumped on the camera, I keep repeating this, 20 people got on here. And there was a time when I wouldn't think 20 people is a lot, but 20 people who don't know me, I had a page at the time with 43 subscribers. And it grew from 43 subscribers to 1,000 in probably 2 weeks. And I thought that that was all because of Big Brother. But I see Big Brother channels right now who talk trash to me or have talked trash to me before I blocked them, who still don't have 1,000 subscribers now and have been out for much longer than me, talking about Big Brother much longer than me. So I know that it's not just because of that. I'm still in that limbo phase trying to choose a new avenue. Well, Lisa, from how you've described yourself to me, um, I can relate to you. I can definitely relate to you. You're absolutely right. You have a unique approach when you talk to people and they notice, and I'm sure appreciate it. Yeah, because I used to say to myself, I find myself in a lot of random things that I felt were random. Like the whole thing with Tamron Hall walking up to me. She was nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the only person that she spoke to in the room, but mostly she was generically addressing the room. And then she just walked over to me and just started talking to me, and I was surprised by that. But I think I put out a good energy, and people like that. Believe me, if you weren't interesting enough on your own, I wouldn't be here. Well, that's good to know, Vicky. That's good to know, because I actually did wonder to myself, are people going to follow me after Big Brother? And this is because I let the voices of a few get into my head. Y'all might not have heard me say this before, but I did actually let the voices of a few people get into my head. And I'll explain what I mean by that. The last day, or maybe the second to last day, that I was doing like a live feed stream party, there was a lot of people on my chat. There was like at least 200 people every time I turned on my chat, turned on my live, and I was reading all the things in the chat. And I remember when I was flipping the camera over to me, or when I was talking while the live feed was going on, and a lot of people were like, we don't want to hear you talking. Stop talking. We just want to see the feed. We're only on here for the feed. Nobody's here for you. We're just here for the feed. And I saw that a few too many times, and I was like, maybe they are just here for the feed. Even though that was kind of an irrational thought. And the reason why I say that is because before I was doing the feeds, I actually was doing episode breakdowns that were getting 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 views and a lot of interaction and engagement. So that was before I even started posting live feeds or doing like live feed watch parties. But sometimes you can let somebody implant a negative thought into your head, and then it just becomes a racing thought, and then you just go crazy with it, let's say. So I was thinking, Nobody is gonna follow me after Big Brother. So what am I gonna do with this page? I guess I'm pretty much done until next season, or maybe I should just give it up. And then I remember this one morning that I hopped on. It might have been 2 days or so after Big Brother was over. And I forgot what the post was about, but there was like 4 people on there. And 2 nights before, I had reached my chat peak, my live feed peak of like 400 and something. Yeah, those are definitely trolls, Vicky. I had reached my chat peak of like 400 and something people. And then the next 2 days later, I had 4 people on there. And I was like, what do you guys want me to talk about? And the people that were on there, they gave me suggestions, but ultimately they were like, well, just do you. And the people who are meant for you are going to find you and stay, or new people are going to come, and the people that are not there for you are going to go. And I was not monetized at this time. So I'm so proud of the fact that I got monetized 2 months after Big Brother ended. And that was by talking about mostly the things that I started the page for in the first place: music, mental health, and fitness. The things that I was posting on my page before I ever put up a Big Brother post. So, yeah, I'm starting to step into my purpose as my life goes on. And I'm actually in a challenging part of my life. I really am. It's not an easy time, but it's a time when I'm doing so much self discovery. It's a time where I'm learning that that my gifts are worth something to people. Even just the fact that I have 5 subscribers to my channel, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's just like the 20 people on my first live doesn't sound like a lot. And then it became 400 plus at one point. So 5 people have believed in me and felt like, this person, this guy is worth supporting. And even before my channel was monetized, and I was just putting up my Cash App links and my PayPal links, people that I don't know probably gave me close to $500 just in donations during August and September. So I have always felt supported from that time period, till now, and it's still going. So yeah, this was my experience. I kind of went off on a different topic, but it did spark from this experience that I had with Kenny here. You know, Kenny's the man. We had a really great workout. There's so much stuff that he did in that little gym. I'll tell you that. There's so much stuff that he did in that little gym. He's really dedicated to his profession. He's really dedicated to his craft. I am definitely going to head back over there. Probably not soon, because it's a little up there in price. I understand though. I understand you. He works in the middle of the city, like he's a few blocks, 4 blocks away from Penn Station. So, and I think he probably lives in the area. So I know expenses up there are high. So I understand why it has to be that way. But for me, I have to travel from Queens, and it's a long trip. So I'm not going to be going there every week or anything like that, but I'm definitely going to be back at some point. It was cool to collaborate with him. I actually can't wait till my videographer kind of gets through the footage and I'm able to post something here. And for those who are subscribed to the channel, to my channel, to a membership to my channel, I will have some behind the scenes footage that I will post probably tonight or tomorrow. We'll see how things go. But I just want to thank all of you guys for being on here, supporting me. and just helping me to continue pushing for my dreams and my goals, because your support is what helps me keep on going. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. I will definitely pop back up here again at some point, and we'll see what there is to talk about. But for now, I hope everybody has a great evening, and I will talk to y'all soon.